Okay, I'm back, y'all, for part two. So after me and my friend had dinner, life started getting really, really difficult for her. Like, she lost her mom and her sister like within weeks of each other, and she was the person in the family that was in charge of everything. So she had to plan the funerals, and it was just a lot going on, right? And so, me just as her friend on the outside looking in, I'm like, girl, if you need anything, let me know. If there's anything I can do, if you just want to talk, like whatever, like, I'm here for you. Our communication during this time was patchy, but I expected it to be like that because it was a lot going on in her life. So I wasn't, I didn't feel no type of way that we were not talking that much. So once things with her family died down, I get this text message from her. She like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving to Texas. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? She was born and raised in Georgia, and she was going through a lot within her life. And so I'm like, moving to Texas might be a fresh start. But things was moving super duper fast, y'all. Like, very weirdly fast. Like, within the month, she had quit her job, sold all of her stuff in her townhome, put her house on the market. Like, it was moving expeditiously. So I'm like, okay, you say you want to move to Texas, and literally a few weeks later, you done already sold all your stuff. But maybe, she was just that determined to get out of Georgia. So that's understandable. Long story short, y'all, this girl ended up completely ghosting me, right? So I would reach out to her like, hey, did how's everything going with the move? Did you need any help with the move? Have you sold all your stuff? Just trying to get updates like you would from a friend, right? Nothing from her. So after a few months go by and I don't hear nothing from her after she moved to Texas, I'm like, okay, maybe she moved to Texas and just wanted to completely start her life over, forget everybody that she knew in Georgia and whatever. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So some months go by, y'all. This gotta be like 4 to 6 months later, right? After not hearing from her, I get this random text message and it's from her. She like, hey girl, so sorry that I went ghost. It's been so much going on. I really would love to talk to you. I really would love to catch up. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how's the move to Texas? Are you liking Texas? What's going on? Y'all, tell me why this girl moved to Texas with 6'7". When she called me and told me that she moved to Texas with 6'7", my mouth was on the floor. Because mind you, this is the same man that you told me months ago that you was never gonna speak to again, and now you done moved to Texas with him? I was flabbergasted. Not only did she move to Texas with 6'7", 6'7" was in the military, and I guess he was like had a disability or something where he wasn't working. He didn't have a job. Mind you, y'all, she was paying all of the bills. She paid all of their moving expenses. She paid to move 2 of her cars. She got a job. He did not have a job. So she telling me all of this, and I'm just, my mind is blown. I'm at a loss for words. I can't even talk. I'm just listening. She done moved with this man to Texas, and he did exactly what a man would have done. He started cheating on her. Hello. So she finds out that he starts cheating on her, right? Because apparently, obviously, they moved to Texas together. They became together in a relationship. I missed all of that, right? She didn't tell me. So he starts cheating on her. I mean, he's taking women on dates in her car, just moving real foul. Like, I think he was possibly had an STD. Like, it got real crazy. Like, he was losing his mind. So long story short, things between her and 6'7" go completely south. And I'm just like, you moved to Texas with a man that you told me that you was never gonna speak to again. I was just like, I can't even believe it. I was just like, how did this even happen? And so when you move to Texas, different states have different laws. And when you move to Texas, I believe you can't just break a lease. Like, you know how in some places, some states, you can like pay whatever, and then you can break your lease and just move out. In Texas, I believe you cannot break a lease without paying up the rent for however long the lease is. I'm not sure, but I forgot to tell y'all that in the midst of all of this, she also got fired from her job. Now she don't have a job. He doesn't have an income. She was paying all of the bills. She has pretty much depleted all of her savings, all of the money that she was getting from her job. Like, she has no money. She doesn't have any money to break the lease, and neither does he. So they're going back and forth trying to figure out what they're going to do, because at this point she wants to move back to Georgia, right? But 6'7", he wants to stay in Texas because he's found himself and he has this new life in Texas now. Child, I was just like, what the heck? So they worked out something, right? For her to move back to Georgia and he stay in Texas and continue to pay the rent on wherever they live. When I say she lost everything, she lost everything. So now you in Texas with this man that you barely know, that you met not even a year ago, that you done moved 1,000 miles to Texas with. You don't have a job, you don't have no money, he don't have no money, y'all not together, y'all just coexisting. You don't have nothing, it's nothing that you can do. Okay, go to part 3, y'all. I'm not trying to make these too long. That's gonna be the last part.